If your erections aren't what they used to be, if your energy feels drained, if you're pulling away from intimacy, not because you want to, but because your body isn't responding, then listen closely. It might not be aging. It might be something far simpler and far more fixable. A deficiency in 3 specific vitamins your body has been quietly begging for. I'm Dr. Naim, from Mohite Kara, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping men over 60 reclaim the energy, vitality, and sexual confidence they thought they'd lost for good. Here's what most doctors won't tell you. It's not that older men lose their desire. They lose circulation, stamina, and hormone support. And in many cases, the solution isn't in a pharmacy. It starts in your kitchen. Today, I'm going to reveal the 3 vitamins every man over 60 should be taking, and how they can help restore natural erections, boost testosterone, and bring your energy back to life. Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll also uncover the most dangerous mistake men make when taking these vitamins, and how you can avoid it, starting tonight. Before we dive in, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a vital health tip designed specifically for men over 60. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me how I can make this content more useful to you. Alright, let's get started with the first and most overlooked key to restoring blood flow and natural erections in men over 60. This is something your body used to make easily, especially when you spent time outdoors. But with age, levels drop dramatically, and so does your circulation, energy, and performance. I'm talking about vitamin D, also known as the sunshine vitamin. But for you, it might be the foundation for getting your strength and confidence back. Let me explain why. 1. Vitamin D, the circulation spark plug. I remember sitting across from Paul, a sharp and thoughtful 67-year-old man. He looked me in the eye and said, "Doc, I still want to be close to my wife, but my body just won't cooperate anymore." That quiet frustration is something I've heard from hundreds of men. And more often than not, the path to getting that spark back doesn't begin with a pill. It begins with vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of the most underestimated nutrients in men's health over 60. Most people think it's just for bone strength or something you get from sunlight. But in reality, it plays a critical role in male performance. Vitamin D helps open up your blood vessels, allowing oxygen-rich blood to flow freely throughout your body, including the parts that define your masculinity. Without it, circulation slows, energy drops, and intimacy becomes unnecessarily difficult. Over 40% of older adults are deficient in vitamin D. And I'm talking about good men, men who stay active, eat well, and still wonder, why don't I feel like myself anymore? When vitamin D is low, your body produces less nitric oxide, an essential molecule for blood flow and sexual performance. And this isn't just about sex. It's about stamina, mental clarity, confidence. The best part: fixing a deficiency is simple. Spend 15 to 20 minutes in the morning sun. Eat more salmon, tuna, or fortified dairy, and supplement with a high-quality D3. I've seen men go from struggling to finish a walk, to feeling energized and reconnected with their partners again. This isn't hype. It's chemistry. And it's one of the easiest ways to reclaim your strength. But as powerful as vitamin D is, it's only part of the picture. Because even with great circulation, your body still needs fuel to keep moving, sustaining, and performing. That's where our second vitamin comes in. If you've ever felt tired for no reason, this could be the key you've been missing. 2. Vitamin B12, the energy generator. A few years ago, I treated Robert, a 72-year-old retired firefighter and proud grandfather. Strong on the outside, but he looked worn out. He told me, "Doc, I sleep 8 hours, eat my meals, but I still feel like I'm dragging. My brain's foggy. My body's tired. And when it's time to be close with my wife, I just don't have it in me." His story stuck with me, because it's so common, and so easily missed. What Robert was describing was classic vitamin B12 deficiency, something I see all the time in men over 60. B12 is essential for converting food into usable energy. Without enough of it, your body runs on empty, no matter how much sleep or how clean your diet. B12 also helps your body make red blood cells, which carry oxygen to your muscles, brain, and yes, your sexual organs. When those cells are low, everything slows down. Stamina drops. Focus dulls. You feel disconnected from the very things that once lit you up. And here's the problem. As you age, your ability to absorb B12 from food declines. So even if you're eating meat, eggs, or dairy, it might not be enough. That's why so many older men feel tired, weak, or foggy, even when their labs look normal. Thankfully, the fix can be simple. Supplementing with high-quality B12, or, in some cases, doctor-administered injections, can dramatically improve energy, clarity, and overall vitality. I've seen men go from nodding off mid-afternoon, to hiking, laughing, and being fully present again. All from correcting a deficiency they didn't even know they had. But energy alone isn't enough. Your body also needs protection, support that strengthens blood vessels, lowers inflammation, and supports the hormones that define masculinity. That's where the third vitamin comes in. It's often called the fertility vitamin, but its benefits go far beyond reproduction. Let's take a closer look. 3. Vitamin E, the fertility defender. I'll never forget James, a 70-year-old retired pilot who came to my clinic frustrated and confused. "Doc," he said, "I eat well, I exercise, I'm doing everything right. But lately, I feel off. My drive's down. I'm not bouncing back like I used to. Honestly, I just don't feel like a man anymore." That hit me hard. Because James wasn't lazy. He was disciplined, proud, intentional about his health. But he was missing something many doctors don't even bring up. Vitamin E. Vitamin E isn't just a fertility aid or skin supplement. It's a powerhouse for male health, especially after 60. This essential vitamin is a natural antioxidant. That means it helps your body fight off oxidative stress and inflammation, the silent threats that damage your blood vessels, hormones, and reproductive health over time. When inflammation builds up, blood flow weakens. Testosterone levels dip. Energy crashes. It's not sudden, but it is steady. And without noticing, men like James begin to lose their edge. What makes vitamin E so critical is its ability to keep your blood vessels flexible and your circulation strong. Because here's the truth. Erections aren't just about arousal. They're about blood flow. And if the blood can't reach where it needs to go, performance suffers. But that's only part of the story. Vitamin E also helps your body produce testosterone more efficiently, which becomes more vital with each passing year. Low testosterone doesn't just affect intimacy. It affects your mood, motivation, and overall sense of purpose. The good news. Restoring vitamin E is both easy and natural. Foods like almonds, sunflower seeds, olive oil, and leafy greens such as spinach or Swiss chard are great sources. Or, if needed, a high-quality, natural vitamin E supplement can help fill in the gaps. I've seen men like James come back to my clinic months later, with a smile, feeling sharper, stronger, and more connected to life again. Now you might be wondering, what happens when you combine all three of these vitamins? Can they work together to deliver even better results? The answer is yes. 4. Why these three vitamins work better together. Years ago, I had a patient named Walter. He was 68, a retired high school coach, active, sharp, and always prided himself on staying fit. He'd been taking vitamin D for a while, then added B12 when fatigue kicked in. Later, after a conversation about testosterone, he started including vitamin E. But it wasn't until he began taking all three consistently and in the right amounts that something clicked. I remember him walking into my office one afternoon, grinning from ear to ear and saying, "Doc, I don't know what you did, but I feel like I've got a new engine." That's the power of synergy. These vitamins don't just work in isolation, they amplify each other. Vitamin D boosts nitric oxide, improving circulation. Vitamin B12 increases red blood cells, which deliver oxygen through that improved circulation. Vitamin E protects the blood vessels carrying all that oxygen, and helps regulate the testosterone that fuels your drive. Alone, they're helpful. Together, they form what I call the vitality triangle. Circulation, energy, hormonal support. All working in harmony. This matters more than ever as you age. Because your body doesn't bounce back like it used to. Nutrient absorption slows. Inflammation builds. Recovery takes longer. And one missing link can throw your entire system off balance. But when you bring these three together, your body starts to remember how it used to feel. You may wake up more rested. Think more clearly. Respond more quickly, not just physically, but emotionally. And a deep confidence returns. The kind no prescription can manufacture. Walter wasn't a fluke. I've seen this same transformation in countless men who take these nutrients seriously and make them part of their daily routine. But here's the catch. Most men never see these benefits. Why? Because they're making a common mistake that cancels out the progress they're trying to make. And if you're not careful, you might be making it too. Let's talk about it. 5. The number one mistake most men make. One morning, a man named Gerald came into my office with a plastic grocery bag full of supplements. He was 74, smart, well-read, clearly doing everything he could to take control of his health. He spread the bottles across my desk and said, "Doc, I've been taking all of these for months, but I still feel tired, foggy, and honestly, nothing's improving down there." I could hear the frustration in his voice. And sadly, I've heard it more times than I can count. The biggest mistake men over 60 make is thinking that just taking supplements is enough. They buy cheap, synthetic versions from discount stores or online, thinking all vitamins are created equal. But they're not. The form, quality, and dosage of a vitamin determine whether your body actually uses it, or just flushes it out. Take vitamin B12. Most generic brands use a form called cyanocobalamin, which many older men can't properly convert. What you need instead is methylcobalamin, the active form your body can actually absorb and use. Same with vitamin D. D2 is cheaper, but far less effective than D3. And with vitamin E, synthetic forms can lack the full spectrum your body needs to truly support testosterone and circulation. The second mistake. Inconsistency. Taking a vitamin once or twice a week, when you remember, isn't going to make a real difference. Your body thrives on rhythm. It needs steady, consistent support to restore energy, rebuild circulation, and balance hormones. This isn't about chasing a quick fix. It's about creating a foundation for lasting health. When Gerald switched to high-quality, bioavailable forms, and took them consistently, the change was dramatic. Within a month, he told me he was sleeping better, waking up with more energy, and in his own words, feeling like a man again. That shift didn't happen because he tried harder. It happened because he did it right. Now that you know what works, and what to avoid, the next step is putting it into action. And you might be wondering, how do I actually fit this into my day without making it complicated? That's exactly what we'll cover next. 6. Your daily vitality routine. When I work with men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, one of the most common questions I get, often asked with equal parts hope and hesitation, is, "Doc, just tell me what to do each day. I don't need complicated. I just need something that works." That's a question I respect deeply because at this stage of life, most men aren't looking for fads or gimmicks. They want consistency, simplicity, a plan that helps them feel strong again. So, let me tell you about Frank, a 66-year-old former carpenter who came to me after months of struggling with low energy, poor sleep, and fading confidence in the bedroom. We didn't overhaul his life. We built a basic, powerful routine around the vitamins we've been talking about, and it changed everything. Each morning, Frank would start his day with a full glass of water and his B12 supplement taken with a protein-rich breakfast. After breakfast, he'd take a short walk outside, just 15 minutes in the sunlight to help stimulate natural vitamin D production. If it was cloudy or winter, he used a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement with his first meal. A handful of almonds or sunflower seeds provided his vitamin E along with a drizzle of olive oil over his lunchtime salad. That was it. No extremes, just small, deliberate choices. Within weeks, Frank said he had more energy to play with his grandkids, more interest in being close to his wife, and a sense of confidence that had quietly slipped away over the years. He felt like himself again, not a younger version, but a stronger, more grounded version of the man he was. The truth is, you don't need a dozen pills or complicated routines. What you need is a steady rhythm, the right nutrients in the right forms, and a mindset that says, I'm still in control of my health. Because you are. Now, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final message. Something every man over 60 needs to hear, but rarely does. If you've ever wondered whether it's too late to feel strong, desired, and fully alive again, the answer might surprise you. Let's talk about that conclusion. If you've made it this far, I want to take a moment to speak to you, not as a doctor, but as a man who spent over 30 years sitting across from men just like you. Men who've lived full lives. Men who've worked hard, raised families, built legacies. Men who now find themselves asking, why doesn't my body feel like it used to? That question is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're still fighting, still searching for the strength, energy, and connection that make life feel meaningful. And that's something I deeply respect. We've talked about 3 essential vitamins. Vitamin D, the circulation spark plug that helps open your blood vessels and restore blood flow where it matters most. Vitamin B12, the energy generator that fuels your brain, muscles, and stamina. And vitamin E, the fertility defender that protects your heart, supports testosterone, and keeps your system running like it should. But the real power doesn't come from knowing their names. It comes from building them into your life. The truth is, these nutrients don't just support your body. They support your identity, your confidence, your presence in your relationship, your ability to wake up feeling like yourself again. I've seen it happen too many times to doubt it. And I've watched men who were convinced their best years were behind them discover a second wind that changed everything. So what now? That's up to you. You can take what you've heard today and let it sit on a shelf. Or you can act on it. You can choose to give your body what it's been quietly asking for. You can make that walk in the morning. Take that supplement with intention. Say yes to your health and to your future. Because here's what I know. Without question, it is not too late. Not even close. You still have time to feel stronger. You still have time to reconnect. And you still have time to be the man you know you are fully, boldly, and without apology. You've already taken the first step by showing up here. Now it's time to take the next one. If this video spoke to you, helped you, or gave you something to think about, don't keep it to yourself. Go ahead and hit that like button so we know this content is making a difference. Share it with a friend, a brother, or anyone you care about who needs to hear this message. And if you've got a moment, leave a comment below. Let me know what resonated with you most, or tell me what topic you want me to cover next. Your voice helps shape this space. If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep creating content for men over 60, consider making a small donation. Every bit goes toward better research, production, and reaching more men who need this. You're not just watching, you're becoming part of a movement, and I'm honored to have you here. Now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.